How's it going? It is Dave with another guide slash tutorial slash review kind of thing. This is my standard switch dock. This is the one that comes with the system. What I ordered was this Mirian switch dock. It's about 10 bucks off of Amazon, and it doesn't actually have the components inside of it. What you do is you take the circuit board out of the switch dock, put it in here, makes it much cleaner and nicer. Obviously quite a bit smaller. What it does come with is the actual plastic printed out, a whole bunch of replacement screws, which you need to be careful with. I dumped these everywhere as soon as I took it out of the bag. There's a pad here. Don't know where that's gonna go yet. Oh, it looks like feet, so they go on the bottom right here, rubberized feet. And then it does come with a standard small Phillips head, and then the Nintendo tri-wing screwdriver. And then this looks like it's used for a small nut of some sort. So all these come with it for the 10-11 bucks shipped or whatever. But what I'm going to do is, as you can see here in the back of the switch, this is the only piece we need, with the inside the charging piece on the inside in there. So I'm going to try and take this apart, get it put inside of here, and we'll see how that fits. Let me just show you how this looks with the switch in it. So the switch goes in here, there's a little notch that lines it up, and that's how it'll sit on your countertop instead of inside of this big thing. So let me get to work on this, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so for the sake of time, I sped up this considerably. What would have taken about 30 to 40 minutes, I'm breaking down into about 2 minutes to kind of explain some things. There are a ton of screws holding this thing together. One of the issues I ran into during this disassembly was one of the screwdrivers wasn't functioning enough. I didn't have enough torque to get one of the couple of screws out, so I had to find replacements or jimmy it out. But there are 8 screws holding the back plate of the dock on. Once you pull that off, there's 4 screws holding the circuit board in, and there's a ribbon cable. Be careful pulling the circuit board out, because there's a ribbon cable that you need to remove, as well as the LED for the power plug that can be pulled out. Pull those out and get the circuit board out of there right away. I didn't do this and try to work around it, and later on I ended up removing the circuit board. It was just kind of like always in the way. Once the circuit board's out, there are another 6 screws that are holding the front plate of the dock plate on. That needs to be taken apart so that you can get the charging port and the ribbon cable out without problem. Plus, it's screwed into the dock. Try and keep those original screws. The new dock comes with new ones, but the original ones are better, just if you have them. Plus, then you have extras anyway. The new dock does not take advantage of the LED, the power LED. There's probably a way I could drill a little hole in there and hot glue that in there, which I may end up doing in the future, but right for now I'm just leaving it as is. But like I said, this is not a difficult thing. It's just kind of tedious. You have to be careful, and there's so many tiny little screws. But I'll leave the speed up going here, and then if you stay on past the sped up portion, I'll go over my feelings on it, and in the future we'll do a month behind on this dock. So hopefully this was helpful to you, but stay tuned until the end of this and you'll see my wrap up on it once I finish. Alright, so on a difficulty scale, it's probably a solid 7 out of 10, but mainly because of the frustration with getting some of the screws out. Not entirely difficult, but if you don't have patience, there's a ton of screws you need to get out. But now that I should preface this, but don't do this if you plan on ever going back to the old dock, because the amount of screws you have to take out is ridiculous. But everything's in it now. You can see we have access to the power, USB, there's the HDMI out, and on the other side is USBs. Now, don't be fooled by the blue that is not USB 3. The Switch does not support USB 3. And as you can see, inside of there is where the charging port is for the Switch. And there's a little notch in the back of the Switch that lines up with that notch right there. So, $10. And about a half an hour later, a nice cleaner looking dock. It doesn't transfer the LED, so when it's plugged in, you won't have the LED that shows that it's charging or whatever, but now you can see it a little bit better. But that looks a lot better than the other one did. And you're not gonna scuff up your screen. So it does take a little bit to pull out, but once you have all the stuff plugged into it, that'll weigh down the back. And then, like I said, on the bottom, there's 4 screws, and there's these rubbery feet that come with it to put down there and kind of hold it there. So I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to test it, see how it works. But if you're looking for a smaller dock and you don't want to spend the $100 or even the $35, $40 to buy an aftermarket one that may or may not work after certain updates or whatnot, this for $12, and then you might want to get, I had some issues with one of the screwdrivers, might want to spend like $5 on another screwdriver, a long thin one. But for $12 and a half an hour, 45 minutes worth of work, as long as this fires up and it works great, it's going to look good, and I don't have to worry about that big ugly dock anymore. So hopefully, I'll show you the brand again, Mirian. I will have this linked in the description. Check it out on Amazon. It was here in 2 days. There's the part number. Not going to focus, but there's probably, yep, if you scan the QR code, there are instructions on there, which I did not look at, and may help you out. But I like it. I suggest you pick it up if you have the patience to put something together like this, and you want a little bit better streamlined looking dock. So in the future, I will do a months later review on this to tell you how it's going after I've been using it for a while. So stay tuned for that. But like always, guys, good luck and have fun.